Hello, I'm Julie Lando, your host. I believe that you are surrounded by superwomen who can inspire you to ignite your ambition, remove your self-beliefs, and make a positive impact on your life. This series is your journey to find the female role models who will inspire you to take action to change your own situation for the better. I believe that you have 100% the capabilities to become the leader you aspire to be and drive a fulfilled life. Leading is not a position, it's a choice. Welcome to Empowerment Voices. Okay, hi Geraldine, welcome to Empowerment Voices. How are you today?
I'm very good. Hi, Julie. Thank you for having me today.
It's great to have you. I'm super excited. So maybe for our audience, you can give us a short intro about yourself.
Yes, absolutely. So my name is Geraldine Gautier. I'm based in Singapore. I'm the founder of Go Master Coach, a coaching school. I'm also a master certified coach. I have 3 kids and I've been in Singapore for 10 years and I'm originally from France.
Great. We are both from France, as you can tell with our accent. 8 years ago, you made a significant career shift from finance to coaching. What was the turning point that made you realize it was time for a change? Was it gradual awareness, or was there a particular event that catalyzed your decision to leave finance for coaching?
Thank you, Julie. Actually, there was a series of events, I would say. So when I landed in Singapore 10 years ago, I was working for a financial broker. And it was a good job, but I was not fulfilled anymore. And I was feeling empty. I was feeling trapped in this career. And I felt I was not using my full potential, and it was really frustrating. So that was the moment I moved to Singapore that I realized that. And I decided to do 2 things. I decided to hire a career coach, and I decided to challenge myself physically and to register for a triathlon. And the moment after 1 year, after training a lot, after reflecting, stepping back and sharing with my coach, 1 year after I did the triathlon, and during the triathlon, I had this breakthrough. I realized, okay, I know what I want to do. I know where my sweet spot is. I want to help people be mentally, emotionally, and physically aligned. So that was during this triathlon that I had this kind of aha moment. But this was not just sudden, of course. This was a result of a long process that I have started 1 year earlier, basically. And I won the triathlon in my category, which was a big surprise and an amazing achievement. I was super happy, I mean, for me. And it gave me the muscles of confidence to take the leap and just to say, okay, let's try something new. Let's build my mental game and let's become a professional coach and a personal trainer to do what I really wanted to do.
Thank you for sharing. I love all the buzzwords that you use, but they are so true. Like muscle of confidence. Confidence is a muscle. It's not something that we are born with, and that's something that we need to practice. And also realizing that you were not using your full potential without knowing yet what was it, and going through this process of identifying what you want. And I think that's a question that a lot of women are asking themselves: what do I want? And to understand that it's a process, and the answer will come after you start to reflect. It's really important. So thank you for highlighting it. So transitioning from a well-established career in finance to the coaching world must have come with its challenges. Beyond the practicalities of switching industries, were there personal or internal challenges such as mindset shift that you had to overcome during this transition?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I think there were 3 major challenges that I had to overcome. The first one being my confidence. I was doubting about my abilities to be an entrepreneur, to become a coach. So it was really this feeling of this limiting belief I had. I'm not enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough to succeed. So I had to work a lot on that with my coach, and also by doing and getting results and doing again, and getting more results and failing a bit, and but learning on the way. So that was the first biggest obstacle, myself. I was my worst enemy. So that was the first one. The second one, I think, it was to be okay with failure. When you start, you get a lot of no's, you get a lot of people that are not here for you and are not ready to hire you, and so you have to accept to be rejected in a certain sense. So accepting that a no, two no's, three no's are not the end of the process, and you have to be very persistent. So that's, I think, the biggest obstacle, and you get used to it, I guess, and you become stronger, and you learn to enjoy the process and not only the outcomes. So that's the second one, and I think the third one, which was another big one, was the social pressure. But not the social pressure, the social perception of my new role as a coach. Coaching has not a good reputation. And when I was sharing that I was becoming a coach, like, oh, another coach. Oh, so there's this kind of perception from others was very not easy to overcome. And also, so that's the first part of the social perception, but also the fact that people, when they discover that you've become a coach, for them it's like, okay, you're an expat wife, you're doing that as a hobby. And surprisingly, you tend to convince yourself that's the case, right? So I think I was like, okay, yes, maybe it's just kind of a part-time job, and for the rest of the other half of the time, I need to take care of my kids. I need to be a good wife. I need to, you have this kind of. So that was also something I need to find, because I wanted more. I wanted to become a coach. I wanted to launch my business. I wanted to succeed and to scale. And I had to fight against this perceptions of others about my new job. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, so you were fulfilled by ambition, and your ambition helped you to overcome yourself. So shifting from thinking to doing, accepting failure as learning experiences, and reject the social perception. And everything is because, your driver was so strong about what you want to do and about yourself, and the confidence, as you mentioned.
Yes, just on this part, it was really, I was really convinced about my mission, something that was bigger than me, I think. That was a big driver, not only my personal ambition that I have. Let's be clear, I'm ambitious. But it's also about, I strongly believe that coaching is an amazing way to empower people, to change how we behave in the workplace, and ultimately to change society. So my mission is super strong, and I think when the why is clear, the how becomes easier.
Yeah, and you have experienced the power of coaching for yourself, and I think that's the best also to believe in this mission afterwards.
Absolutely, yes.
Great. So looking back at your own journey, what do you believe are the essential steps for anyone considering a career shift, especially when moving into a completely different industry?
Okay, so I think there are 6 steps to go through, and maybe 3 ways. So 6 steps. 6 steps. I think the first is try to just dream big and have a vision. You can't have a clear vision at first, of course, but just, okay, what do I want? What do I want to be independent? Do I want for a more agile company? Work on the goal, the big goal and the vision, and dream big. And don't dream based on where you are now, just dream as if there were no constraints. just try to unleash the potential in yourself. I mean, I don't like this, but just try to get aware, just dream big without thinking of the current reality and detaching yourself from your limiting beliefs. So that's the first one. Second is really, okay, you need confidence, as we discussed. So you need to reflect on what are you good at? What are your strengths? What are your skills? So what makes you unique? So you really need to work on your competencies and your strengths to identify where you can help. So that's the second. The third is blockers. And it's probably one of the most important, because we don't do what we dream of because of those beliefs that are limiting us, those blockers. So just face your fears, name them, identify your limiting beliefs. So that's the third one. Fourth, I would be just clarify your values. Make sure you know what motivates you. What is it freedom? Is it financial stability? Is it being connected? Is it belonging? We are all different. Do not assume other people want the same thing as you. That's not the case. Once you have done this, clarifying your goal, finding your competencies, identifying blockers, and clarifying values, you can work on your ikigai. What you're good at, what you can be paid for, what you love doing, and connect that with what the world needs. Okay? So that's the fifth step. And then I would say last but not least, you can be an amazing person. You can have amazing skills, but if you don't know how to communicate that to the world, nothing's going to happen. So it's very important to work on your personal brand, to identify how you want to be perceived, and to work congruently with that. So goals, competencies, blockers, values, ikigai, and branding. So this is a process you can do with some help, of course, or by yourself. But I would not advise to do it by yourself. And I think one of the biggest mistakes people do is that they try to do that by themselves. And you have to do that at 3 levels. The first one is, okay, you have to think about all those points, of course, and to reflect and to do introspection within yourself. So, of course, you have to think about it. But thinking about it is not enough. It's a requirement, but it's not enough. You have to think, but you have to share as well. To share with people around you, with your friends, with mentors, with professionals around you. So that's think, share. And that's not enough, right? And many people stop here as well. And I've seen many clients, it's just, okay, I've hired you. So now what? That's not enough. You have to think, you have to share, and you have to do. All right. If you don't do, you don't know. So do meaning, okay, you will not change, but you can start a side hustle. You can join a workshop on digital marketing if you think digital marketing is what you want to do. You can spend 1 week with a friend that has launched a startup to see how it is. So just do something. You will never be able to know, to feel confident about a career jump, a career shift, if you don't think, share, and do.
So now you've done your career shift 8 years ago. You have achieved the highest level of accreditation as a MCC coach. How does your past experience in finance or any other past experience shape the way you coach clients today? I think it's really about understanding also that you don't start from scratch, but what you bring, from your past to your future, to your present in this transition.
Oh yes, absolutely. It's and I'm still the same person, right? That I used to be. I just have less limiting beliefs. I think I'm more confident, but I still have the same values and the same strengths. So and interests. So I've always loved fast-paced environment. I always love managing and leading people, developing talents. And I'm always been fascinated by entrepreneurship. So that's something I've always been fascinated, and I'm still using it today because I'm coaching founders, I'm coaching leaders, C-suite. So this is something I've always been fascinated by. When I used to work in the finance industry, I work on a big merger as well. There were lots of leadership stakes, and we work on the organizational development of the company and the target operating model. So all those things that I've learned and I've enjoyed in the past, I'm still doing that in a different way. Now I'm coaching people, founders, leaders that are facing big challenges, that are really under pressure. And I love coaching those people because I love their mindset, I love their drive, and I love the impact they have on others. So that's something that I'm keeping from my past experience.
So you leverage your strengths and what you love and what was making you being in flow to use them in your new career with a continuity. And so now you have successfully built a coaching school that empowers others to make bold career changes. Can you share an example of your coaching practice where a client took a bold step toward a career shift and how they navigated uncertainties that came with it?
Yes, of course. So we have many successful stories, and so it's difficult to pick, but there's a lot of stories. So a successful one that comes to mind is Noor. She used to work in the insurance world, and she decided to become a coach, specialized working with neurodivergent people and ADHD specifically. So, and she's now extremely successful. She's helping professionals and parents as well to navigate ADHD and to empower people around them. And also she's a strong advocate to communicate more around ADHD and neurodivergence. So she's really successful. So that's one. We have also founders of coaching businesses that are working on startup funders as well. And it's great to see that the startup ecosystem is progressively understanding the needs of coaching for founders who are really pressurized a lot. There's lots of burnout in this industry. So we also have another coach, alumni, who's striving in this industry and working with many, many founders and VCs to help them be more aligned with what they do and perform better.
Okay, so you have supported successful people who've been transitioning from one career to another one as coach. And being a former student of your school, I can tell that the background of these people are so diverse. Definitely, that's a demonstration that when you have a goal and an objective and you know why you transition in career, everything is possible. Like, I don't know how many industries your students are coming from, but it will be really interesting to see that all these people have been going through a career shift.
Yeah, absolutely. And just on this point, as you were speaking, we have a lot of people that are lawyers and who become successful coaches working, helping lawyers and legal professionals. And we have also a lot of people in the education willing to coach students. So we have more and more people in the law industry, in the education. We have a lot of HR as well, willing to become independent coaches. Yeah.
Okay. I think more and more people are seeking for support when they're going through a career shift and they realize that it's possible. But it's a matter of like, how are you approaching it and how you are working toward it? Because there is no miracle. Everything is coming with some effort, but it's a matter of time and practice to be able to achieve their dream.
Yes, totally.
Thank you so much, Geraldine, for your interview. It was great. And I really love, when you detail about the steps and the approach. I think that's a lot of food for thought to initiate the process of a career shift. So thank you.
No, my pleasure. And just on this part, and just a final word, it might seem daunting, overwhelming, but it is not. And again, it's not so complicated. And when you have a path to follow, steps, program, it becomes much easier. So you need to find the right people to help you. And we know amazing coaches like you, willing to help people transition to new roles and new careers.
Thank you so much, Geraldine. I hope you get a lot from Geraldine. If today's conversation spoke to you and you are feeling ready to step into the next phase of your career with confidence, I invite you to explore our Women in Leadership programs, uniquely designed to help you discover your uniqueness and strengths to move forward with clarity. Visit iquestforher.com to learn more, and don't forget to subscribe to Empowerment Voices so you can get the next podcast. Let's keep this journey of empowerment going.